Hello everyone, I am Kat and this is Popo, and we are doing a quick review on the new DCU 52.
Now,
So,
this is Tuesday. We haven't read all of them. We've skimmed through some, and we're just giving you the general impression of what we think about them.
so, so if you're watching this, check out our comic shop, and you can get your digital comics from our store. So, because this is only going up in our website page. So first we're starting off with Men of War #1. So it's a lot more interesting than what I thought it was going to be. You are following the soldiers and whatnot, and then you get a special guest who you don't get to know who it is yet. I'm not going to spoil anything, and if I do say anything else, it's a good book. I like the art, and it does have a good pace about it.
this is also in again this week. We got a reorder of the first printing of Justice League #1.
That is an amazing book. I really, really liked it.
It has some amazing Jim Lee art, and it's a really good story, but it left me with more questions than answers. And I believe there's a lot of tie-ins going on.
But see,
So
in my opinion, it should leave more questions than answers being #1. So, keep in mind, we are all going back to the beginning. We're all used to the story. And that's kind of where everybody's like, well, we've already did this. Thing is we're going back to #1, so it's a reboot. It's got to have more questions than answers.
Action Comics #1.
It's an amazing book.
It is. It's
Awesome.
really good.
I
I,
didn't think it was going to be as good as it is.
I'm not the world's biggest Superman fan, but this is something that's impressed me. I think it's one of my favorites so far. Um,
Hawk and Dove. So, a lot of people have not been looking forward to this book at all. They kind of thought it shouldn't have been in the 52s. It's got a lot of mystery. You get the backstory. They're talking about how, he became Hawk, and you've got Dove kind of giving a little bit, but not much.
it's Rob Liefeld's art. If you're a fan of Rob Liefeld's art, then that's the book for you.
I really liked it. So, that means anything. Batgirl, I love the way they started in kinda in the middle, but not really. Because she's not in a wheelchair anymore. You get a few flashbacks and whatnot, and I like that. I like the way, even though they're #1s, they are kind of giving you a few answers to how things have became what they are. Justice League International. #1, it's got Booster Gold.
It's Booster Gold leading a team with Batman on it.
Yeah.
What else can you say?
And Guy Gardner. See?
And Guy Gardner.
Yeah. Because you've got to have his attitude, to kind of go along with Batman's.
And this is really good. Green Arrow #1. I really like it. There's a lot of action in this book, and I just like his style. His style is different.
And I think I'm like the smallest Green Arrow fan ever. I contribute that to back issues. But it was a really interesting book, and it keeps your attention the whole way through. Alright.
OMAC. They have a very different take on the whole OMAC thing. It's the artwork's a little different. Let me show you some artwork.
It's a little
here.
off. Okay, this is not
It's
the
a little
artwork.
different. Yeah.
It's a little off, a little
But it
different.
follows the story of an OMAC. An OMAC. It's going to be an interesting book, a very interesting book. I can tell. Static Shock #1 is basically Static Shock. He's in New York.
No, I didn't know about the full backstory, so it kind of gives you a little bit if you haven't
It's got
ever
that
heard of
cool.
it.
It's got the same cool science stuff in it. It's a really nifty book.
But for new beginners, it's a really good book to just start out on.
It's also a pretty good book for kids too.
Yeah.
So
So if you want to get your kids a book, that's one of the main ones. Wow. This one is breathtaking. Batman Detective Comics has to be right up there with Action Comics.
now the start of this book will probably throw you off,
And make you
but
very
hold
mad.
out till the end because the ending is wow. Yeah.
I gave
Swamp
it
Thing.
2 thumbs up on that one.
This one, it was, Swamp Thing's a bit confusing for me sometimes, and this, it's starting out and not giving, like, all the answers right away makes it even more confusing. So, the artwork's great.
But if you like Swamp Thing and Flashpoint, you'll like this.
There's a few special appearances in this book. I don't want to give too much away, but
It was a good book, and I don't like Swamp Thing at all, but it was a good book. It kept my attention. So if it kept my attention enough to where I didn't put it down halfway through, it was a pretty good one. Batwing, well, I called it. It's a black Batman. So pretty much he's got his gear from Batman, and he's doing his little thing, over on another border. And you get to know who your first big villain is. So that was interesting.
Masker.
I wasn't going to spoil it.
Well,
So
anyway,
I didn't do it this
the
time.
artwork is very ultra realistic in the book. If you're a fan of ultra realistic artwork,
Well, I
then
am. That's why I like it. I hope they keep on with that art. Okay, this is one I thought was going to be totally nasty because the cover just looks very gross. And if you've seen any of on the back page of all the comic books, you have just like a little preview. And I was not looking forward to this at all because I don't like kids dying, especially with really gross ways.
don't spoil it.
Well, it's on the page. See? It's on that very last page.
Mm-hmm.
It's nasty looking. Anyways, it was a great book. I didn't expect to like it, and I did.
I kind of like the artwork in it. It's a lot of contrast to it.
And it's got a lot of little twists in it that I didn't expect in it.
A lot of people are very excited about this book. It's Stormwatch #1.
And the ending is awesome.
But unfortunately, to understand what's going on in this book, you have to read Superman, which comes out at the end of the month. So,
Hence the questions and answers
Yeah.
problem. But I think that's kind of DC's way of making sure we buy all of them. So, smart marketing. So, all in all, DC 52 has 2 thumbs up. The art's good. The stories are interesting enough to finish them. We're going to give each book at least 3 books within. So, we can't wait till the next month's deals on all of these and next week so we can check out all the other ones. So,
all right. Well, that's all for today. So, give us a call at 662-269-2236. Check out our website, www.poepoz.net.
that's where this is at. They've already got there. So check out the store at this website. All right. Thanks for, I guess, tuning in, pressing play. And
Grab
have a
your
good
novels,
one.
everybody.